I've got an urgent message for all Americans. Please share this podcast widely. Attorney General Jeff Sessions needs to be fired or resign. Either one is okay. He has just recriminalized all marijuana nationwide, even in states where it has been legalized. So all of you who are smoking joints in California and Colorado and Washington, D.C. and Oregon and everywhere else, guess what? You can now be arrested and charged with felony federal crimes thanks to Attorney General Jeff Sessions. The guy has got to go. The guy is a menace to liberty and freedom. He is a menace to all the veterans out there who are trying to get away from addictive opioid painkillers by using medical cannabis or CBD oil or whatever hemp derivative that they're using. You know, cannabis is an amazing, miraculous healing plant. It is medicine. And people are getting medical benefits, even if sometimes they use it recreationally. They're still getting medical benefits from it. And by the way, I am not a marijuana user. I've never smoked it, never in my life. And I don't smoke anything. I'm actually opposed to smoking things. I take CBD oil as a liquid form because that's the safest, healthiest way to ingest CBD. So I take CBD and CBDA in a liquid supplement form, but I don't smoke marijuana. However, it is your right to smoke marijuana. It is a natural plant. It is a natural medicine. And it has been legalized in many states across this country. How does Jeff Sessions think that he can now turn America into another medical police state by recriminalizing medical marijuana? It's outrageous. And that's not to even mention that the guy is totally failing to do his job when it comes to investigating the actual traitors and criminals inside the deep state. You know, drain the swamp and all that. He's failing that too. It's like Jeff Sessions, he got confirmed into the DOJ and then he just sat on his hands, I'll say. He just sat on his hands and did nothing. Except now he's turning the federal government against the people yet again. I tell you, Jeff Sessions he gives not just a bad name to Republicans, he gives a bad name to government because he is demonstrating why government, big government, powerful government, is so damn dangerous to all our freedoms. Big government is a threat to society. Big government is the DEA agent sticking a gun to your head and putting you in handcuffs and throwing you in jail for 3 to 5 years because you bought a joint at some cannabis dispensary that's legalized and licensed by the state of California. According to Jeff Sessions, you're a criminal now, and he can have DEA raids conducted on your home. What are they going to do? Raid all the California dispensaries now? They're going to raid all the marijuana retailers in Colorado? Yeah, according to Sessions, they can do that now. He just declared war on every cannabis user in America. Think about that. Jeff Sessions just declared war on every American that uses cannabis in any form. It's outrageous. I've had enough of it. I mean, this guy has got to go. President Trump, or anybody listening to this who has ties to President Trump, we don't blame you for this. Jeff Sessions, somebody got to him. Somebody got to him. Maybe Big Pharma. Maybe the medical industry wants a monopoly. Maybe they want to sell more opioids. So they bribed him or something. I don't know. Somebody got to Jeff Sessions because he has backed down from draining the swamp, and then he has recriminalized marijuana all across the country, even in states where it has been deemed legalized. Somebody got to Jeff Sessions, and he needs to go. So President Trump, replace the guy. Replace him with somebody who can get the job done on every front. Replace him with somebody who isn't going to turn America into a medical police state with people being arrested for trying to treat their seizures or their glaucoma or their cancer pain or their PTSD with medical cannabis. For God's sake, people, we have a right to natural medicine. We have a right to medicine that doesn't require $1,000 a month prescription and doctor's permission. This stuff is called weed because it grows like weeds all over the country. You know why? Because God wants us to have access to weed. God wants this plant here. It's biocompatible with the human body. And did you know, people, did you know that your body makes CBD from omega-3 fatty acids? When you eat omega-3 oils, your body makes CBD, trace amounts in your own body. You manufacture this stuff in your body. Was Jeff Sessions going to arrest you for making your own CBD in your physiology? Is he going to criminalize your physiology now? Your biology is a crime, according to Jeff Sessions. They're going to put a gun to your head, throw you in jail for being human, because that's what it's come to. That's the insanity of the government's position on all of this. You know, and I'm not going to be silent on this. I'm going to keep speaking out. This is freaking insane. And again, I say this as someone who, again, I have never even smoked marijuana. This doesn't hurt me personally. I'm not losing access to marijuana. I live in Texas anyway. There's no legalized, high THC marijuana in Texas anyway. There aren't any dispensaries anywhere in Texas that are legal. This doesn't hurt me personally. I'm fighting for all the people in all the other states who have legal access to cannabis, and that is their right. That is their divine right. Because health freedom and medical freedom is a divine human right. And this asshat in Washington, Jeff Sessions, thinks that he can take away your God-given rights, that he's a bigger man than God when he's got smaller cojones than a little chihuahua. The guy is a coward, and he's a menace to society. And he needs to go. I'll say it again if I have to. He needs to go. He needs to be fired. He needs to resign. Just freaking. Like you, I'm sick of it. I'm fed up with it. I'm not going to stand by and have our freedoms taken away from us by this throwback to the 1930s. The guy's a freaking dinosaur in terms of his philosophy and belief system. He was extinct a generation ago. He has no place in our society. Not as a senator, not as the head of the DOJ, not as a congressman, nothing. The guy is a menace to our society, a menace to our liberties, a menace to compassion, compassionate medicine. The guy has nothing to offer our society if he can't see that what he is doing is harming tens of millions of Americans and stripping away their liberties and stripping away their natural medicine that some people depend on to get through life. The veterans, the cancer patients, the people who are injured, the seizure patients. Do you know how healing this stuff is for them? The pet owners, do you know how miraculous cannabis extract is on dogs and pets? You wouldn't believe the number of people telling me that their pets who couldn't barely stand up and walk now are running around like they're 5 years younger because of cannabis for dogs. And by the way, be careful giving it to horses. Horses are super sensitive to this stuff. You got to low dose that for horses, by the way. And no, I haven't given it to my donkeys because they're fine. But dogs go crazy. Well, that's not even the right term. I mean, their healing goes crazy on this stuff. The dogs are fine, but they're healing at a crazy fast speed is what I'm trying to say. And Jeff Sessions is going to take that away too. Jeff Sessions wants your poodle to suffer, basically. That's the truth. Jeff Sessions wants your veterans to suffer, wants you to be thrown in jail, wants to put a gun to your head, take away your medicine, and take away your ability to buy something that's an alternative to toxic, addictive opioids, which are freaking destroying this nation. Jeff Sessions wants America to die as a bunch of impoverished disease addicts. That's the kind of guy he is. I've had enough of it, in case you couldn't tell. He needs to go. That's it. President Trump, fire that asshat. Get him out of there. Make him resign. The guy is a menace. It's unreal. Whoever gets in there better be pro-cannabis. Whoever gets in there better be pro-liberty. Put Rand Paul in that office. He'll do a good job. He'll let you have access to natural medicine. Rand Paul, for president, man. Rand Paul understands this stuff. I better calm down before the DOJ comes after me. I tell you what, I'm just sick of it. And I'm not even a cannabis user. I just believe in liberty and natural medicine and human rights. That's it. That's it. It's really freaking simple. Man. I'm Mike Adams, the Health Ranger. You know who I am. Naturalnews.com. It's just take a stand, everybody. Speak out. We got to raise hell over this issue. Or he's going to just start throwing people in prison and throwing you in for 5 or 10 years for having a legal joint or even a legal, liquid extract in your state. That's what's coming. Freaking medical police state. If you don't stand up now and resist this total insanity from Jeff Sessions, you don't even deserve the power that the American people vested in you. Resign in shame, hang your head low, get your ass out of Washington. Make room for somebody who can actually represent the people for once.
Learn more at healthrangerreport.com.